Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Coby White.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. The guard set is Giddey and White. Vucevic is out there with Levine, and it's Dosunmu in at the 3 slot. And for Charlotte, they've got Miles Bridges. He's out there with Nick Richards. Brandon Miller out there with Green, and it's Micic in at the point guard position. We're at the point in the season now, Clark, where teams know what they've got. Talk more about that aspect.
Yeah, it's a good point. You've, at this point, figured out by now if you could potentially do something special as a team, or if you need help to accomplish that goal. So some front offices look to go out and get that help.
Shots good by Green.
And not just the score. Miller can dish it as well, showing great vision on that play.
Pass to Vucevic to the middle. Here's White. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
That's the screen. Green deciding where to go with it. Down low, it's deflected. Richards, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, to glide in and reverse it home like that, so sweet.
Now, here's Dosunmu. Last game he had 10 points. Giddey finds Levine. From outside, off the mark. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. It's a 3-point game. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
Team foul.
Greg, one thing you notice, we're just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
On the free throw, no good. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose, an MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Now, here's Green. We saw him with 10 points last game, just 5 on the clock. Miller, no luck.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. We discussed the prospect of facing off against Zach LaVine. Coach said Zach is an uber athlete, can jump out of the gym, but he also has such a nice three-point shot that makes LaVine a headache. We'll switch up who is guarding him as the game progresses. Of course, LaVine can beat you so many different ways. That'll be fun to watch tonight. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Richards. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Pass to Bridges. Here's Micic from downtown. Tries again. Bridges misses. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to Philadelphia. Outside, White. Bridges against Levine. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Levine's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, I tell you what, you like Levine and how he's generating more power with his lower body now, helping the jumper to stay more on point and be more consistent.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. The Bulls third.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Micic, the pass to Richards. Miller against White. Miller surveying the floor. White with the defensive effort. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Vucevic's screen on Miller. Shot clock at 6. Here's White. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. In recent seasons, the Charlotte Hornets, Clark, have been very active in the trade market.
Well, it seems like they're always wheeling and dealing. I mean, they're on a quest for that perfect fit lineup, moving pieces around, trying to find the right recipe for success.
And both free throws good for White.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Pass to Richards. Green kicks to Bridges. Charlotte moving it around. No good again that time. And so it's Giddy with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Levine's shot is off. Hornets have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Shots good by Miller.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
Now Giddy. Still without a basket. Pass to Dosunmu. And here's Vucevic. Misses the baby hook.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now, here's Green. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Miller, that's for 2. And Vucevic pulls it down.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Payne passes to Giddy. Now here's Vucevic, defended by Richards. Miller against White. And the 3 ball is good. White's got 7.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Trey Mann, he's checked in for Green. And a change for the Bulls. Smith has checked in. Outside, pass to Micic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Kobe White.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Charlotte shooting their 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. He doesn't get the second one. Chicago leading. Here's White. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And unpredictability, really one of White's strongest traits, including when pulling up on a dime. Nice.
Here's Micic. His last outing, he had 18 points. Richards passes to Mann. There's the pick. Fires from deep. And again, the Hornets missing. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 12-4 run. White finds Giddey. Back to White. Outside, Levine. Just 4 to shoot. From deep three-point territory. It's rebounded by Charlotte and going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season. Pass to Mann. Back to Miller. Bridges outside. Over Smith. Bridges shot. Good.
You know, we've seen Bridges knock down threes, but I think this is his sweet spot at 15 to 19-foot range.
Smith kicks to Giddey. Back to Smith. Pass to Giddey. Kick out to Levine. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Levine's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Chicago. Hornets trail by 4. Mann passes to Bridges. Miller outside. Back to Bridges. A 3-ball. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Smith outside. Pass to Levine. From past the arc. Bridges with the board. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. They trail by 1. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Torrey Craig. He's checked in for Vucevic. Buzelis comes in for Zach LaVine. And Ball subbed in for Josh Giddey. Now, here is Smith. Nothing on the board. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
That free throw, no good. And the Hornets making a change here. Martin's checked in. And he sinks the second. Hornets trail by 4. Pass to Williams. Outside Curry. It's Martin on the wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Mann. Rebound by Smith.
Well, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Josh Green's checked in for Charlotte. Osumu, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's White. Got a hand on it. Outside Green. And Charlotte turns it over again. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. In second, the Hornets.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
Bulls leading by 4. Here's White. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
Here's Curry. Outside Williams. Pass to Mann.
2 minutes.
1:56 left to play in the first quarter. Misses the reverse.
Not a single point in this quarter for him. Obviously, not what they need right now. He's got to score.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Smith with a screen on Curry. Clock at 4. And Smith with the stuff.
That's a great pick and roll. Smith ending up with the hoop.
We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter. Outside Curry. Pass to Diabate. Back to Mann. Clock at 6. Shoots over Ball. And Ball with the block.
Ball size and timing really an asset when it comes to him blocking shots.
Now Dosunmu. Just his first attempt, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
Now here's Curry. Still yet to score. Man, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
The precision passer, Curry, also excellent at seeing his guys when they're open.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They lead by 7, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Man with it. Good. And now just a 5-point Bulls lead.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Bulls up by 5. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Bulls.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
And in addition, the three-point shooting has been dialed in tonight. They seem poised for a big game from deep.
Trey Mann is out there with Seth Curry. Then there's Josh Green. Then it's Williams. And it's Diabate in at the 4. So that's the Hornets 5. Hornets trail by 5. Curry deciding where to go with it. Mann passes to Green. To the inside. Got a piece of it. Ball against Green. Here's Smith. Makes it off the glass.
Night in and night out, consistently, Smith makes a solid effort in there.
Charlotte's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Inside. Craig, good. And now it's a 9-point Bulls lead. Craig, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
And they're in the top half of the league in terms of opponent scoring, defending with effort, keeping the points that they give up to a minimum.
Their ranking in second chance points is hard to ignore. They have not taken that aspect of the game lightly. They've been hitting the offensive glass hard.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Dosunmu. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Good work there as it goes.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Now here's Curry. He has yet to score. Shoots over Dosunmu. Misses off the left iron.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Really on the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
That's good from Craig. Both free throws good from Craig. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Now, Mann, he has 5. To the paint, tries from 7. Kept alive from deep. Miss number 6 for him. He's made 2 of his 8 attempts. Here's Buzelis, and he banks in the layup. Buzelis has got the lead up to 13 now for Chicago.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside for Curry. Fires the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. And it's blocked. Green against Craig. Right side, Green. Pass to Curry. On the wing, man. And the rejection by Smith.
There you see Smith's limp playing to his advantage defensively.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
Superb anticipation on that rejection, and that'll allow them to stay on the lead if they keep defending like that.
Martin's checked in for Green. And a change for the Bulls. Terry's checked in for Dosunmu. Six to shoot. It's Curry outside. Ball with the rebound.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And, Kevin, they dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Well, the hustle and the effort, the persistence, all of that paying off in a big way. And that's something that makes a coach smile.
In transition, here come the Bulls. Goes up. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Chicago making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Josh Giddey.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Martin, the pass to man. Outside Curry. Back to man. Martin the screen. Shot clock at 5. Will it go? Man can't hit.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Nice shot by Terry.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Now here's Williams. No scoring in this one. Pass to man. The tray sinks the three-pointer.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed if he can wind up that open from three-point range. I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Ball with it, defended by man. Here's Horton Tucker. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Hornets trail by 17. Here's Martin. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Taking 2 shots. Shooting 2.
That's good for Martin.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Vucevic checked in for Torrey Craig. Zach LaVine comes in for Horton Tucker. And it's Carter in for Lonzo Ball. We've seen the league, Clark, crack down on physical play more and more over time.
You know, I think in general that's a good trend and direction and change. The game was extremely physical and rugged in the early 80s and even into the early mid-90s. but things change, and I think the change is for the better. It's about player safety and protecting players, so I think it's a good thing overall. Always putting on the show. LaVine plays with flair and clearly one of the best dunkers in league history.
Pass to Bridges. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. Bulls leading by 15. On the wing, LaVine, covered by Martin. It's Vucevic, top of the key. It's Carter, high post, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And looking at some numbers for Martin, how his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Charlotte making a switch here. Diabate's checked in. The Bulls also changing it up. Whitey's checked in for Terry. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Javon Carter. Bridges outside. No good from outside.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Hornets trail by 15. To the inside. Charlotte moving it around. Pass to man. Richards with it. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And there's LaVine on the assist from Giddey. LaVine's got 4 this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now, here's Bridges. He's got 7. Man with it. Jacks up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Man's got 11.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
For 3, LaVine. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got his 5th assist in this one. Here's man. Giddey defending. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Offensive rebound. He gets it in there.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Pass to Buzelis. And a miss there on the triple. Hornets trail by 15. Inside. Here's Diabate. Now, man. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
3 triples for him this quarter, 4 overall.
Well, Chicago's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I've just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Nikola Vucevic. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. And he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And you mentioned how powerful he is on the boards, going full throttle at both ends every play. Really helping his team compete for wins. And that one falls for White.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
Chicago making a switch here. Dosumu's checked in. And both free throws good for White.
Their focus has been sharp tonight. You can see it in one way from the foul line, shooting almost 90% from there.
Here's Micic. Giddy defending. They set the pick. Bridges passes to Richards. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
And so here's Charlotte after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Kobe White.
And you watch Miller, he keeps the defense on its heels. They don't know what he's going to do.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Clark, we've all heard the comparisons. Brandon Miller plays a lot like a young Paul George.
And you know, it makes a ton of sense when you consider that Paul George is Brandon Miller's favorite player. So he spent a bunch of time studying how PG gets it done and putting those moves into his own book bag.
He hits the second from the line.
And Miller reminds some of a young Paul George, a 6'9" athletic forward with great upside.
Now here's Vucevic. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Now here's Bridges. 7 points in the game. Now here's Green. Defended by Dosunmu. Bridges against Levine. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Green. The Bulls getting the bucket. Bridges up top for the 3. Offensive rebound. Green finds Bridges. Green with a screen for Bridges. Second shot opportunity, and Green with the lay-in. Green's got 5.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Now here's Giddy. Not a lot of room. Vucevic, a screen on Miller. White. No good on the triple. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Bridges passes to Micic. Back to Bridges. Miller outside. Beyond the arc. Hits the 3-point bomb. He's got 7. And so it's the Chicago Bulls up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks, Nick. What got you guys going in the first half?
It was just we've been aggressive and try to be a president there. Everybody, not just me, but all the guys. And that's what we need to do. You know, when we start the game up right, then we can build a pretty nice lead like tonight we did.
Obviously, it's how you finish, not how you start. Thanks, Nick. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shots. Please direct your attention to center court. Drum roll, please. And measuring up the shot. Oh, so much. Give it up for the participants.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Chicago Bulls. This is the kind of domination I know you were all about in your day, big fella.
And still am. Nothing has changed there. I just dominate business now instead of basketball.
Oh, you mean dominate buffet tables and boxes of donuts?
Hold on, Jed. It was just one box of donuts, today at least.
Thank you, Ernie.
Now we'll take a look back at our featured game. That was quite a performance for the Chicago Bulls.
I love how they've kept the ball moving. Make the defense play musical chairs out there.
Musical chairs? I think you mean hot potato because they're burning that D.
Oh, Ernie.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Here's LaVine. So for Chicago right now, the guard set is Giddey and White. Dosunmu is out there with LaVine, and it's Vucevic in at the center filling out the middle. Now here's Green. After the miss from Vucevic. Pass to Miller. Bridges a screen on White. Miller with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic. Rebound by the Bulls. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Shoots from the elbow. Dosunmu, shot's good. Dosunmu's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bulls. Here's Micic, Giddey defending. Outside, Green lets it go from deep. LaVine with the rebound. And so LaVine will bring it up now for the Bulls. They led the game at 1 point by 20. It's tipped. Reaches up top. Giddey defending. The fader. And again, the Hornets missing.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Bean passes to Giddey. White with it. White setting the pick for Vucevic. Outside, LaVine. Fires away from outside. He's off on that one.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Miller. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Miller's got 9.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
Pass to Dosunmu. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Boy, just a perfect shot fake from Vucevic.
For Chicago, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
And, you know, very quietly, Vucevic puts up phenomenal numbers consistently. A nightly double-double threat who, bullies opposing defenses on the regular.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And one of the most underrated bigs in the NBA. Vucevic quietly dominates on a consistent basis.
Chicago leading by 13. Levine gets the bucket.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets.
And with a quick break in the action, let's now take a look at the top rookie free throw shooters in the NBA. Brandon Miller is second.
And really, he needs to continue getting to the free throw line as much as possible because he's pretty deadly once he gets there.
And it's hard to score in this league as a rookie. The charity stripe is one place where you can get some easy points, where nobody's on you. And he's learned to take full advantage of that.
Now here's Green. He has 5. Bridges for 3. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, since entering the league, Bridges has really worked tirelessly on his game, especially the three-point shot, and you see the results of that labor.
Here's White, 13 points in the game. That one goes in. White's got 15 points.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Here's Micic, Giddy defending. White against Miller. This one for 3. Here's Richards, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
Exercising his authority.
And Chicago has possession after the basket by Charlotte. Pass to White. Pulls it up. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Giddy with it. White setting the pick for Giddy. Back to White. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. 17 points for Kobe White. Hornets trail by 13. Bridges outside. That shot missing. Nice D from Levine. Bulls have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8.
And right now, White red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
Pass to Miller. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Green kicks to Bridges. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 5 assists tonight. The Bulls leading by 13. Outside, White. Here's the screen. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And checking out the stats for Miles Bridges. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging about 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so White will bring it up for Chicago. It's a 13-point game. Pass to Giddey. Back to White. Down low. Now here's Giddey. Here's Dosunmu. And that comes off the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Here's Micic. Giddey defending. And here's Green outside. Drains the three-pointer. Green's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's White. 21 points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Levine for 3, and out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
And they're in the top half of the league in terms of opponent scoring, defending with effort, keeping the points that they give up to a minimum.
And I need to mention their second chance points again. Such a hard-working team on the offensive glass. Think of all the points they would have missed out on, if not for the effort on the boards. Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Diabate's checked in, and it's Trey Mann in for Micic. Then for the Bulls, Jalen Smith comes in for Zach LaVine, and it's Lonzo Ball in for Josh Giddey. Miller, no luck.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Pass to Smith. White, left side. On the wing, Dosunmu. Covered by Miller. Pulls up. The rebound by Richards. Richards got 9 rebounds now tonight. Now, Mann. 14 points for him. Miller, no luck.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Pass to Dosunmu. To the paint. On the wing, Dosunmu. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Richards got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Ball.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Pass to Smith. And the layup's good off the glass. And that's now 6 points for Smith.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
They set the pick. Here's Green. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Vucevic has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Here's Smith. Outside, Ball. Vucevic setting the pick for Ball. No good with the triple.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Pass to Richards. Now, Mann. Over Ball. Will not go. This is off the front iron. White looking around. From outside the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. White's got 11 in the second half.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Here's Mann. He's got 14. And the wide open shot from Green. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Green's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Charlotte. Now here's Dosunmu, guarded by Green. Outside, Ball. Picked by Vucevic. Puts up a three. The rebound by Richards. Hornets trail by 13. Pass to Mann. They set the screen.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Green inside. Defended by Dosunmu. Vucevic with the block.
Get that weak stuff out of here. You can't come weak like that against Vucevic. He's going to send it back at you.
Outside, Green. On the wing, man. 1:36 left here in the third quarter. Miller dishes to Green. Pass to Man. Shoots over ball. Man can't hit. Chicago leading by 13. And here is Dosunmu, guarded by Green. White against Miller. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Here's a look at the teams that have been dominant offensively over the course of the past month. The Bulls third.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for White. And some changes here for the Hornets. Williams, he's checked in for Nick Richards. Cody Martin comes in for Josh Green. And it's Seth Curry in for Brandon Miller. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Chicago. Booz Ellis comes in for Dosunmu. And both free throws good for White. And so Curry will bring it up for the Hornets. 1:06 left in the third quarter of the game. The Bulls leading by 15. Here's White into the lane. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Kobe White, shooting 1.
One shot.
Hornets trail by 18. Man with it. 14 points for him. Over in the corner, Williams. Charlotte moving it around. Williams, a screen on ball to the inside. Williams' shot is off.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Charlotte's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. 7-second difference, shot in game clock. Pass to Man. Here's Diabate. Craig defending. On its way from Curry for 2. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Booz Ellis, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. Kobe White, he's been feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Bulls. He has been a determined scorer today. 29 points altogether for him, and I think there's more where that came from. Right back after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a two-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Williams. Seth Curry is out there with Trey Mann. Then there's Cody Martin. And it's Diabate in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
Lonzo Ball. First personal foul.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Chicago.
You know, all game long, they've imposed their will on the interior, scoring a lot of points in the painted area.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific, doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Smith, no luck. Hornets trail by 16. Curry on the wing. Terry covering. Pass to Mann. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Mann's got 4 points now in the quarter.
High basketball IQ on display from Curry there, making a quick pass.
Now Buzelis. And here is Ball. Smith sets the pick for Ball. There's the drive. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, Ball showing you some nice physicality and strength there. You've got to have confidence in yourself to be able to draw fouls and play through contact like that.
At the line for one.
One shot.
Free throw off from Ball. And what stands out most, Clark, about Mark Williams, it has to be his rebounding.
Yeah, he's a glass-eating machine, and on a per-minute basis, he's one of the best in the league at corralling boards. But he's had a little bit of an issue staying healthy. When he's on the floor, though, he gives them a real powerful presence up front.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Mann. Stolen by Ball. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. Nice shot by Terry.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
You know, you push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover.
Williams, a screen on Terry. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Mann passes to Martin. Clock at 6. Back to Mann. Lets it go with the 3. Excellent D there from Ball.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
Terry kicks to Ball. Pass to Buzelis. On the wing, Terry. Shoots over Curry. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Hornets trail by 18. Martin, the pass to Curry. Outside Williams. Mann with it. Pass to Curry. Charlotte moving the ball around. Stolen by Terry. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's Ball. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul.
Good utilization of his height and speed to get to the line that time. Ball showing you he's got the savvy to draw contact.
Ball. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Ball. That one is no good. Hornets trail by 19. And Curry has it in the corner. Charlotte no good that time either.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Pass the ball. Buzella sets a screen for Ball. It's good from long range.
Yeah, you know, it's a quirky release. There's no denying that, but he's a reliable shooter and scorer from the perimeter. Lonzo Ball making it happen.
Williams a screen on Terry. Here's Man. He's covered by Ball. They could use a bucket, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. You think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
And the first one drops. And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. Then for the Bulls, Zach LaVine comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's Carter in for Lonzo Ball. Both free throws good from Man. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Carter looking around. LaVine wide open. And the Bulls another three.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Diabate.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Pass to Smith. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Bridges up top, and there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That is his first foul of the game.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Some changes for Charlotte. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Cody Martin. Brandon Miller comes in for Curry, and it's Micic in for Trey Mann. Chicago also making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Jalen Smith. Kobe White comes in for Terry. And Josh Giddey subbed in for Javon Carter. Hornets trail by 21. Here's Micic. Bridges outside. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And, Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
Now, here's Bridges. Inside. A shot by Diabate. No good. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. They have a 19-point lead. Fires for 3. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Pass to Micic. Now Miller. Charlotte moving the ball around. And again, the Hornets missing. The Bulls leading by 19. Buzella with the ball. Now here's LaVine. To end the drought, drills the three-pointer. LaVine's got 9 points here in the second half.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Here's Micic. The 15-footer, and that one's good. Richard. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Giddey finds Vucevic. Here's Giddey. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
Now here's Giddey. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And he just kept working. Giddey felt the whistle coming and able to finish the play.
At the line for the Bulls, Josh Giddey. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Giddey.
And that's a spot of the floor Giddey wants to improve. It certainly puts in the work there to get better.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Hornets trail by 21. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
At the line for your Hornets, Vasily Micic. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And Clark, if you look at the NBA's draft combine, prospects now required to participate in drills and in other testing to be eligible for selection.
I like that, Kevin. I really do. I mean, it's part of being a professional. You can't just opt out of things because your agent says you should or you don't feel like it. This is a professional business, so there should be some standards and accountability. And I think it goes hand in hand with the push for parity. It ensures equal access to the information that will enable all teams to make informed decisions on draft day. So I like it. I really do.
Now here's White, and the shot goes in. White's got 18 points now here in the second half.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Green with the ball. Defended by Dosunmu. The offensive rebound. Miller against White. Miller kicks to Bridges. That's good. It's Miller with the assist. Bridges has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Here's Vucevic. Hornets with the rebound. Richards. Hornets trail by 19. Pass to Miller. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. That one goes. Count it.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Now here's Levine. Here's Giddey. It's deflected. Here's Micic. Out to Miller. And Miller throws it down hard.
Rising to meet the challenge of that interior defense. What a play by Miller.
The Bulls leading by 15. Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Giddey sets the pick for White. Pass to Giddey. Count that one.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kobe White.
And you know what? This has been his game from the start. I mean, he found ways to impact at both ends. And he's been relentless at attacking the opposition all night long, keeping constant pressure on the opponent.
I don't know if they expected him to have this much of an impact, but the timing couldn't have been better. They dropped 2 straight leading into this one and did not want to lose 3 in a row. Here's Bridges. Pass to Micic. Miller against White. Miller, no luck. The Bulls leading by 17. Giddey kicks to Levine. It's White on the wing. And here is Dosunmu. Shot clock at 6. Levine. The Hornets pull it in. Richards got rebound number 15 here tonight. Outside, Green. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Now here's White. And here is Giddey. Get the floater. And it's good on the layup.
Giddey making the defenders look like they're on ice.
Hornets trail by 16. 1:52 left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Miller. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Giddey.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Here's Levine. Now Dosunmu. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. You think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all?
Well, he's very dependable from that area. So Bridges, to me, should look to keep attacking when he gets the ball in this space.
Now here's White. Outside, Levine. Takes the 3. Drops in the tray. And the Bulls lead by 17.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Bulls.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year. And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Kobe White.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
Now here's White. Dosunmu, the pass to Levine. Off target from 3-point range. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Here's Micic, guarded by Levine. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Zach. There's been some tough losses of late, but tonight you got the win. How resilient is your group?
You got to be a pro. You got to come out here and do what we got to do our job. And, we find out we had to get this win. We got to stop losing these games so we can win. And, we got to get back on track.
Well, this is step one, man, in that process. So congrats. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, our player of the game, Kobe White.